Hi there, let's make dates modak today. These steamed rice dumplings are stuffed with an unconventional dates and walnut filling. They are enjoyed by everyone and it's an easy recipe. Using my trick method, you will be able to shape the modaks perfectly yourself. Are you a new visitor? Then do subscribe and click the bell icon. To make the filling, use a good quality dates. Take out the seeds. So I'll do that with all of the dates. Once the dates have all been pitted, I'll grind a few, less than half. So I'll put them in a mixie jar. I have this maple syrup with me that I'm going to use. You could use honey in its place. So 3 tablespoons of maple syrup or honey if you like. So run the food processor till you get a thick paste which is not too fine. Time to chop up the rest of the dates. Once the dates are chopped, add in the maple syrup and date paste into the bowl. Add in half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder and half a cup of roasted chopped walnuts. Give that a mix and combine thoroughly. This is quite a sticky mixture and you'll really have to work hard. I think that's done. The filling is ready. I have 1.5 cups of water in a pan and I'll add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt, that's optional, and a teaspoon of ghee or clarified butter. If you want to keep the recipe vegan, you could skip the ghee. Bring that to a boil. Once it starts to boil vigorously, lower the heat and add in 1.5 cups of rice flour. Turn off the heat and quickly give it a mix. Mix well so that the rice flour is moist all over. And then cover it and let it rest for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes are over, it's still hot. Just move it around a bit so that it cools down slightly. So leave it aside for about 3 minutes so that it cools down slightly and you can handle it. So let me just get it out. Onto my work area. Just keep a little bit of water by the side to moisten your hands and just bring it all together. Once it comes together, knead it till it becomes smooth. To make the dumplings, I have divided the filling into marble-sized portions. So to start with the dumplings, take a lemon-sized portion from the rice dough. Keep the dough covered while you're working with it. Once you get a smooth top, wet your fingers and shape it into a bowl which is thin at the edges, like so. Place a piece of the filling Start pinching and pleating the sides to get about 6 or 8 pleats. Then push it from the bottom up to close it. Just make sure that the pleats remain. That looks good to go. Now I have a super easy method for making that modak shape without getting into all that trouble. So make the katori, fill it with the filling and just close it to a pointed end. Shape it slightly with your hand to get a round bottom and a pointed top. There you have it. You could leave it at that, or better still, use a chopstick or a skewer to put in the ridge marks without actually having to do all the pleating. There you have it. Make a perfect round and then a katori, pointed top, rounded bottom. If you like the recipe, share it with your friends and write your feedback in the comments. There you have it. Once they are all done, it's time to cook them. The water is boiling already. Put in the steamer plate. Keep the heat at low. Place the modaks. Cover and steam them on medium heat for 10 minutes. Checking after the 10 minutes are up. And they are done. So I'll just take them out. The next batch. Drizzle maple syrup over the modaks. Sprinkle some cinnamon powder. Serve them warm or at room temperature and enjoy.